All right, we are back. Why are you so loud? Me thinking. Back with more TMNT. I think we are halfway through the game, which is weird. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, I think we are about. No, not quite halfway. But I'm gonna play. Let's get this level loaded up so we can get the cutscene out the way. And when we are done, when this cutscene is done and I get to playing,
Man, I was way out
we
of
have a
line
treat
that
for
night.
you.
Yeah, we were both getting pretty hot-headed.
You know, at first I was laughing because you guys were
I
racing
mean,
so
treat is
pathetically. But when you
generous.
started shouting at each other, bros, you got me real worried.
It probably would have escalated too, but then we got interrupted.
We did?
Remember, dude, that ominous roaring sound?
It was more of a screeching.
Or a whale.
Yeah, but a whale would have been more like, "Aye," and this was more like a, "Arr."
I remember. You guys can stop now.
And then we rushed over to where the sound came from.
Well, I rushed over. You guys kind of followed along slowly.
You ran off without us.
You wanted to wait before doing anything.
You wanted to jump blindly into danger.
Guys, whatever.
I also messed with the sound option so it won't be as loud. It wasn't very loud last week, but all right, go ahead. So Mark is about to read to you guys a I wouldn't even call it necessarily a review, but a review of the movie that I wrote for the movie.
For the movie.
You go ahead and just read it, and they'll figure out that way.
Yeah, they will.
Sorry, my brothers.
So this is verbatim what you have written
Yeah,
on your Facebook post.
I apologize in advance for any typos or spelling errors. I did my best to not have any.
I did my best.
Like I did my best to not have any, but I don't know. I don't remember if there will or won't be any. But go ahead.
Hello there, movie hyphen goer. Have you ever
It's
wondered?
moviegoer. That's how you would write that.
I know. I'm just letting the people at home know that there is a hyphen there.
That I spelled it
Like
correctly.
spider hyphen man. Yeah. Some people don't put spider hyphen man.
And Peter doesn't like it.
He doesn't. He makes sure that you know there is a hyphen there.
Sorry, my
Like I
brothers.
can tell you pronouncing it without the hyphen in it bothers me.
But have you ever wondered what a film that combines the concept of Final Destination and Paranormal Activity would be like? Well, if you have, shame on you. But that's also the best way to describe 2018's Truth or Dare.
That's what it was. I remembered the plot before I remembered the name of the fucking movie.
A group of white kids go to Mexico, and one of them meets a guy at a bar who takes them to an abandoned mission on a hill.
Now, for
Well,
those who
yeah.
don't know what a mission is a church. It's a church building. It can be used for services, but in most cases, a mission is used to store things, or it's used for like gatherings. But yeah, that's what a mission is.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Because I figure
But
anybody
what?
watching this is a heathen and has no idea what a mission.
I mean, cities have missions. Some cities have missions. Whether or not you care enough to know what your city's mission, like where it's located and what it does for your community, that's
I
on you.
suddenly became available.
Whilst in the mission, Barboy starts up a game of Truth and Dare. Turns out the game is real. And he was told to bring new players into the game in order to live. So,
Is
like
that
in
what
Final
I said?
Destiny,
Well, I skipped a lot.
you did apparently. Because that is
as you're
yesterday.
okay, here's the thing. That's what happens. Like, okay, so what's happening is one of the guys that the chick, our main protagonist, one of the guys that she went to school with, she didn't know he would be going on. She didn't know he would be at the spring break location with them.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. That's what I didn't know what was happening here. And so he shows up at the bar, and he starts making like really rude advances toward her. And
Oh no.
I tried to grab the thing. He starts making rude advances toward her, and bar guy steps to her defense, comes to her defense, and that's how him and her start talking. And then he asks her, like, like, do you normally talk to guys or whatever? Basically, he says, I'm gonna
Maybe
give
we
it a
should jump
shot.
on the
And
train. The smooth metal roof, in conjunction with the likely wind factor, suggests that.
Remind me to teach you what a rhetorical question is, nerd brain.
nerd brain, Raphael is the best.
Guys, are we really sure we want to catch that thing?
All right, yeah.
So I
that's,
continue.
yeah, please do.
So, like in Final Destination, the game continues after they went home in the order the game was played in. The
Oh, that's
mission.
right. I bought the weekend weapons.
Yeah.
Pick truth or dare, or die. Choose not to play. You die. There's an added rule that states that truth can only be selected twice in a row.
I would like to point out
Forcing
that
the-
they don't find that out until later in the film. Like they find because once they real. Go ahead.
See, it's up for me.
Yeah. Forcing the next player to be dared. They are how they are being forced to play. I hear no one asking because this post is really long and this movie sounds stupid. Well, I'll tell you. The person who is up will see a person's face twist into a Joker-esque smile. And hear a distorted, disembodied
I just want
voice
y'all to
ask,
know, like the way he's reading it, it sounds like I wrote it on Reddit and it's a lie. Like he sounds like he doesn't believe that what I wrote, and what I wrote is real. And I read it in my head with a little bit more gusto and snark. But it totally sounds like he doesn't believe it. And it's
I mean,
real.
it does come off as like, I totally watched this creepypasta movie, and this is what
I did! What the fuck? I 100% watched that creepypasta movie. Alright.
But it twisted this Joker-esque smile, you hear a disembodied voice that's distorted.
Hold on. When it's Joker-esque is the best way to describe it. I mean, there's the corners of their mouths really like curl up really, really hard. Almost stupidly. If you could believe that the premise of a movie like this would be dumb. But yeah, it's almost dumb. And how the hell am I supposed to get over that? Oh, like that, I guess. And so yeah, that's what I mean. I don't mean like don't think like the overly giddy Joker, like Joker. I mean, how you doing? The face that you think matches that voice is the face they make.
The dude from the Goonies? Because that's what I'm
Think oh fuck, it's hard to describe it, but it's they like it's not just their mouths, but their eyebrows. Like they make a very, I've never seen a scary movie face before, so like they look like Harlequin masks almost. Almost. Okay, so go ahead. Because it's hard to explain what that looks like without seeing it. It really is.
But yeah, the disembodied voice asks, truth or dare. In certain cases, only the voice is heard. And no one around them will see what's happening. Somewhat like in the Saw movies, there seems to be a time limit on completing the dare or telling the truth. As for the faces and the voices, that's where the paranormal activity influence comes in. Turns out it's the ghost of some jacked up priest who used to torture children at the mission with a similar game until he was murdered and his body parts were scattered on the grounds of the mission.
I didn't make this up!
The more players added, the more time between your next turn. And that's our fading climax. One of our remaining players decides to make a YouTube video. In reality, it was a live stream. But either scenario breaks the idea because of connection and upload speeds.
It's important because as I thought about it, as somebody, like, she wasn't
Eddie has to
near.
be stopped. For once, I agree with you.
she wasn't anywhere close to like, she was out in the fucking woods. So she wasn't near anything, like she wasn't near like a cell tower or anything. So she couldn't have live streamed it with the amount of clarity that it had. It had to be a video that she like recorded and then uploaded. But it really, again, she had to have uploaded it later because, again, connectivity issues. Like, like it's a really HD video. It's not like a 360 like 3GP video. God damn it! It's a 1080p 30 frames per second ass blog style video. So yeah, just as a YouTuber, as somebody who has been plagued with trash internet, like that part broke the immersion for me. It wasn't the part, but it was a part. Go ahead.
Okay. And so, telling the world about what they experienced, and then inviting everyone who sees the video into the game. So with that being said, keep it going.
So, sorry. You have any questions? Because you should have many.
How did this get greenlit?
It's by Blumhouse, who actually have a new movie coming out. Like, oh, they're the ones doing fucking, they're the ones doing Fantasy Island.
Yeah, why did they turn Fantasy Island into a horror movie, by the way?
Because fuck you, that's why. I've already told you this.
I mean, I know that, but I'm asking that for the audience's sake at this point.
I don't know how many people even know what Fantasy Island, like, how many young, like,
yeah, because, mind you, I went and saw, what was it, The Grudge with someone recently, and that was playing. I was like, Fantasy Island? Why is it so creepy? Like, why are they making Fantasy Island into a fucking horror movie? I mean, the answer is probably because they don't know what the fuck to do with the IP, and they have the IP.
I imagine it's like Fantasy Island in name only.
Yeah.
But so the movie starts. How would I describe what all happens in this damn movie? There is no true way to. Oh, I was up there. Fuck! Like I don't even remember how the movie starts. The movie, like, keep in mind, like the movie starts with this chick not wanting to go on spring break, but her friend guilt trips her into going on spring break. And when they get there, like the whole thing at the bar happens. And again, she didn't want to go. So this dude's like, hey, yeah, I got this cool place we can go hang out. And they're just like, okay, let's fucking go. And like, it just kind of warps us there. There's no like, oh, this is like how far away it is, or like it's in a secluded area. We just are there, and we're in this circle, and the people are all just hanging out, and like they go out of their way to start like they're supposedly all friends, and they immediately like start making people pick like really harsh truths. Like they make one girl like admit that she has a crush on her best friend's boyfriend and stuff like that. Like really. So
on top of like the other things you described this as, basically what I'm trying to get at, like on top of it being Final Destination /
Paranormal
Activity.
See, I wouldn't call it that. I'd say it's a mixture between.
You haven't seen you haven't seen the movie.
But I'm saying, like, based on what you described it as, like, I would say it's more akin to like, Would You Rather?
Nah. Nope.
What was that? The Ring.
I haven't seen no, not even that. It's the Paranormal Activity part isn't really option. It's like that's what it is, because when people die in this movie, so like here's the thing, like when you get the whole hey truth or dare,
mess with a hungry turtle.
When you get the truth to
Don't
dare,
you mean angry?
the voice.
No, dude, I'm
No, he
really
meant hungry.
hungry.
When he
Wow,
gets the
you are really hungry.
that wasn't his.
What a fascinating creature.
And I bet this guy's worth a lot of money to the right buyer.
Whoa. All right. Well, I don't want to fight this thing in one up like this. We're already at 15 minutes. So in the next episode, we'll fight this this boss, and then I'll explain more about the movie that no one wants to hear about in that episode. But until then, guys, we're out here.